The world of video games is a great escape from reality, full of endless stories, memorable music, strong characters, and unforgettable adventures. Over the years, these stories and characters have resonated with many people all around the world. The Final Fantasy series is no exception to this, selling over 150 million copies since its start in 1987. Over the years, the fans of this legendary ongoing RPG franchise have shown their love for the games, its memorable characters, story, and music in a variety of different ways. The world of professional wrestling, much like the world of video games, features larger-than-life personalities and characters, oftentimes conquering foes against all odds, much like our beloved video game heroes. But at the end of the day, these performers are all just regular people outside of the ring, and they all have hobbies and interests, some of which mean enough to them to carry over to their career. The connection between wrestling and video games is a long-standing one, and in the more recent era, the wrestlers themselves have been more open about their love of the medium. This is Wu-Tai Clan Gaming, and today we present to you 5 professional wrestlers who have incorporated Final Fantasy into their act. Number 5. Chris Saban. Joshua Harder, born in Pinckney, Michigan in 1982, would begin training for his professional wrestling career at the age of 18, debuting under the ring name Chris Saban. Saban being a reference to one of the main characters in Final Fantasy VI, Saban Rene Figaro, originally released as Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo in 1994. Unfortunately, Chris Saban has never suplexed a train yet, or it hasn't been documented if he has. But he has had a successful career holding tag team championships and singles championships in several promotions and is still going strong today. Saban is a lifelong avid gamer who also enjoys playing the Gears of War series. Number 4. Speedball Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey debuted in 2006, and he finally got his big break recently by signing to Impact Wrestling, where he dubbed his shooting star knee drop that he had been using in previous promotions as the Ultima Weapon. This is of course a reference to the reoccurring enemy as well as physical weapon in the Final Fantasy series. Mike Bailey appeared on the podcast One Perfect Game in 2021 to discuss his career and his love for Final Fantasy VII. Number 3. Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida was born in 1988 in Kanagawa, Japan, and has had an incredibly successful career in wrestling since her debut in 2008, holding many championships around the world. She made waves in the United States wrestling scene as early as 2014 in Shimmer Women Athletes, but her biggest accomplishment in the West would come in 2020 when she would become the AEW Women's World Champion. Her Tifa Lockhart-inspired ring gear that she wore that night became a staple of hers for a great deal of time after this, and is even set to be featured as her costume in the upcoming AEW Fight Forever video game. Outside of pro wrestling, she keeps busy and has had many other talents and interests, including acting, cosplay, singing, pole dancing, and of course, gaming. Shida has a YouTube account with over 36k subscribers where she has posted a lot of her different content. At the time of this recording, Shida is the current Regina de Wave champion in Japan. Number 2. Xavier Woods. Born Austin Watson in 1986 in Columbus, Georgia, he fell in love with video games at an early age and has stated that they helped him become more social and make more friends as a kid. It's no surprise that when he became a WWE superstar, he founded Up Up Down Down, a video gaming YouTube channel that would feature his fellow wrestlers playing video games with them and oftentimes sharing stories about their lives as well as how they got into playing video games. Woods also campaigned heavily to get a spot in the resurgence of G4 in 2020, which ended up being successful for him as he would join them on November 24, 2020. Xavier Woods has not been shy about expressing his love for Final Fantasy on screen, playing the signature victory fanfare on his trombone multiple times as a member of the New Day. Woods also has a finishing move called the Limit Breaker Elbow, a reference to the special moves called limit breaks used by various characters throughout the Final Fantasy series. At WrestleMania 33, Xavier Woods, along with the other members of the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Big E, would dress up as Red Mages to promote the Heavensward expansion of Final Fantasy XIV Online, adorned with Moogles and all. Xavier Woods has succeeded in the wrestling world, accomplishing his dream of becoming the king of the ring, and is continuing to use his platform to spread the love of video games to the masses. Number 1. Kenny Omega. One of the current top AEW superstars as well as one of the most beloved figures in wrestling, Kenny Omega, the inspiration can already be seen in his last name, Omega. This is obviously a reference to the recurring machine of destruction, the Omega Weapon. In addition to this, Omega's finishing move is a reference to another baddie, the One-Winged Angel, a reference to Final Fantasy VII antagonist Sephiroth, of whom he has worn gear inspired by. Kenny Omega has spent a great deal of time both wrestling and living in Japan, even obtaining citizenship at one time. Omega has been a lifelong fan of Japanese culture and video games, and is considered to be the greatest professional wrestler in the world by many fans and wrestling journalists alike. We're still anxiously awaiting for the AEW owner Tony Khan to get out that wallet and let Square Enix allow Kenny Omega to walk out to the real One-Winged Angel song one day. And there you have it. Those were 5 professional wrestlers who incorporated their love of Final Fantasy into their acts. Make sure to body slam that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more gaming content. This has been Wu-Tai Clan Gaming, and I'll see you next time.
Gonna get fully wrecked at the Happy Turtle. Wanna get blind drunk at the Happy Turtle. Girl, get inside, find a seat and order something strong. No matter who you are, like we even care. Watch your go, drink until the sun comes up. Drink until your brain goes numb. Like yourself, slip on over the kill into the